The following is an arrival address given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on September 5th, 1973, in Stockholm, Sweden.
I thank you very much for your kindly receiving me. This is the first time I am coming in this country, Sweden. So, this Krishna consciousness movement is spreading all over the world gradually. It is little difficult to understand the purport of this movement because it is completely on the spiritual platform. Generally, people do not understand what is spiritual platform. So, as we can understand that we are combination of two things. Every one of us, living being, we are at the present moment combination of spirit and matter. Matter we can understand, but on account of our long association with the matter, we cannot understand what is that spirit. But we can imagine that there is something which distinguishes a dead body and living body. That we can understand. When a man is dead, suppose my father is dead or somebody, relative is dead, we lament that my father is no more, he has gone away. But where he has gone, the father is lying on the bed. Why do you say, my father has gone away? If somebody says that your father is lying, sleeping on the bed, why you are crying that your father has gone away? He has not gone, he is sleeping there. But that sleep is not this sleep, ordinary sleep as we have daily. That sleep means eternal sleep. Actually we have no eyes to see who is my father. During the lifetime of my father, I did not know who is my father. Therefore, when the actual father goes away, we cry that my father is gone. That is spirit. Who has gone away from that body, that is spirit soul. Otherwise, why is speaking that my father is gone? The body is there. So, first of all, we have to understand this distinction between the spirit, soul, and this material body. If we can understand what is that spirit soul, then we can understand what is the spiritual movement. Otherwise, simply on material understanding, it is very difficult to understand what is spiritual life or spiritual platform. But there is. We can simply feel like that at the present moment. But there is a spiritual world, spiritual life. And what is that spiritual life? Complete freedom. Complete freedom. Eternity, blissful and full of knowledge. That is spiritual life. completely distinct from this bodily concept of life. Spiritual life means eternity, blissful life of knowledge. In this material life means non-permanent ignorance and full of misery. This body means it will not stay, and it is always full of miserable condition. And there is no blissfulness. Always in the material we have got some kind of unhappiness. But on account of our long association with this material life, we have become so dull-headed that it is very difficult to understand what is spiritual life, what are spiritual activities, what is spiritual world, what is God, what is our relationship with Him. Therefore, this Krishna consciousness movement is a kind of training to understand what is spiritual life and what is spiritual world, what is God. So I do not wish to take much of your time, that this Krishna consciousness movement is spiritual movement. Therefore sometimes it is misunderstood from the material point of view. But if we associate with the persons who are propagating this movement, there is process how to understand. The process is very simple. This Sankirtan movement, just like we chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra, if we chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is not very difficult task. There are only 16 words. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Actually there are 3 words, Hare Krishna and Rama. But they have been adjusted in such a way, they are composition of 16 words. So, we are simply requesting the people in general that you chant this mantra. It is not very difficult. And if you chant this mantra, then gradually your heart will be cleansed. The whole thing is that due to our material association, we are contaminated. We cannot understand what is spiritual life. But if we take advantage of this mantra, chanting, then gradually our heart will be cleansed, and immediately we shall be able to understand that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. Then real awakening will come. Because at the present moment, every one of us is working on the bodily concept of life, which I am not. This is the fact. I am acting for something which I am not. Therefore it is called Maya or illusion. Phantasmagoria. I am working for something, and because I am working for something which I am not, therefore there is confusion. People are not happy. He is working day and night for this body, still he is not happy. He is trying to make the senses, body means the senses. So we are trying to satisfy the senses in so many ways, repeating the same thing in different way, but there is no happiness. It cannot, because we are not this matter, we are spirit soul. I can give you one example. Just a man, if he is thrown into the ocean, he may be very expert swimmer, but simply by swimming over the ocean, he cannot be happy there, because he is put in a different condition of life. It is not possible. So the best thing is that if we can pick up that man from the ocean, then he will be happy. So this Krishna consciousness movement is that we do not wish to swim over the ocean foolishly and to become happy there. That is not our program. Because you cannot be happy. When you are put into the ocean, however expertly you may swim, you will never be happy there. That is not possible. The only remedy is to pick you. If somebody can pick up from the ocean and give you shelter on the land, then you will feel happy. Similarly, our program is not to become happy by so-called adjustment of material condition. That is not possible. Better come to the spiritual platform and act in the spiritual life, then there is possibility of happiness. Tattadeham punarjanma naiti mamiti kaunteya. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that those who are cultivating spiritual life, spiritual knowledge, for them, after giving up this body, there is promotion to the spiritual world, that is eternal blissful life, that will make us happy. So if we become serious, if we actually want to be happy, then we must take to spiritual understanding. Of course, in every country or in different parts of the world, there is some religious system. Religious system means to understand spiritual life. But unfortunately, nobody is interested in spiritual or religious system because they have been more and more induced to become addicted to the material or sensual activities, and so they are going far and far away from the spiritual life, and more confusion and what is called disappointment is arising all over the world. So to mitigate this sort of disappointment and confusion, one has to take to this Krishna consciousness movement and try to understand the philosophy and act accordingly. Then people will be happy. That is our program. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
First, Your Highness, with a few words, what is Hare Krishna?
What is Hare Krishna?
Hare Krishna, Hare is the energy of the Lord. God. God's energy is called Hare, and God is called Krishna. So we are addressing both God and His energy. Because there are varieties of energies of God. They have been summarized into three: the spiritual energy, the material energy, and the marginal energy. The marginal energy is we, living beings, and the material energy, this material world. Similarly, there is another world which is made of spiritual energy. So, this Hara means the spiritual energy. Now we are in the material energy. We have got this material body. But if we can please the Supreme Lord and His spiritual energy, we shall get next spiritual body, and that is eternal, blissful, full of knowledge.
But is it a serious movement if the Beatles are telling the truth? Hare Krishna is a little bit of a bluff.
Who says bluff?
The Beatles.
Who is that fool?
Who
is that rascal?
Who is that? George Harrison has just bought us a big
Huh?
Big house.
Some rascal might have taken, but I know George is our very good devotee.
George Harrison.
Yes.
Is your member.
Oh, yes.
Do you have lots of members?
Yes, certainly. Don't you see?
How many?
Thousands.
About 5,000 all over the world. 5,000.
Those are initiated. Otherwise, there are many thousands, our admirers.
In all countries?
All over the world. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Where is Brad? Who is that rascal?
Next is a conversation with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the Indian Ambassador to Sweden, recorded on September 5th, 1973, in Stockholm, Sweden.
If anything has to be learned about spiritual, then it is only India. That has been admitted by one Chinese gentleman. He is a learned scholar. His book is recommended in New York University. I forget his name. He has written in his book that if you want to learn something religion and spiritual, then you must go to India.
It must be Lin Yutang, no?
Huh?
Was it Lin Yutang?
I do not know.
Like. You see, he's a very great
and that's a fact. But our Indian government is not very serious about it.
We have a difficulty, Your Eminence. You have got a problem in India because we have got this multi-religious society. So we have to be careful. But individuals can really do it, because we have got to be, we should not be misunderstood as a government. We should not take too strong a policy about any particular religion, even though it is the religion of the majority.
No. It is the duty of the government. Secular state means neutral to any kind of religion. But it is the duty of the government to see that people are religious. Not that because government is secular, let the people go to hell.
No, that's true.
Yes. If you are Muslim, and it is my duty as government to see that you are actually acting as a Muslim. If you are a Hindu, then it is the government's duty to see that you are acting as a Hindu. If you are a Christian, it is the government's duty. You cannot give up religion. Dharme na hina pasubhi samana. If people become irreligious in the name of secularism, then they are simply animals. So it is the government duty to see that the citizens are not becoming animals. He may profess a type of religion, that doesn't matter. But he must be religious. That is secular state. Not that secular state means government is callous, let the people become cats and dogs without religion, government doesn't care. That is not true. What do you think?
I think, Your Eminence, there is a lot in what you say, but politics is the art of the possible.
No, politics means to see that people are advanced, citizens are advanced, not that they are degraded.
Your Eminence, I agree, but I think the duty of the government primarily is to provide conditions in which gifted people, spiritual people like you, leaders like you can function. More than that, if the government does, it might probably even corrupt the religious, I don't know, like an umpire in a game, so provide the conditions for free speech. Not like Moscow, where it is.
No, that's it. Just like you have got Commerce Department. Government has got. Yes. What is the duty of the Commerce Department? The government must see that the trade enterprise, commercial or industrial enterprise, they are doing nicely, properly. The government is issuing license, and they have got a supervision. They send sometimes what is called inspectors, education. Say for education. There is educational inspector, school inspector. They go see that the students are properly being educated in that school. Similarly, government should have expert men in the government to see that the Hindus are acting like Hindu, Muslims are acting like Muslim, and Christians are acting like Christian. The government should not be careless about it. They may be neutral, that whatever religion you profess, government has nothing to do. You do, nice. But it is the government's duty to see that you are doing nicely. You are not bluffing. That is government.
Probably as far as moral conduct is concerned,
Yeah.
but more than that, how is it possible, for the inner man, in the spiritual mind, any individual can conceal his own thoughts, but the external conduct, the what is called?
No, external conduct being on religious principle.
This is what I was...
Yes. Harava bhaktasya kuto, you can understand it, Sanskrit. Harava bhaktasya kuto mahadaguna. Jasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana sarvai gunai tatra samasati sura. If one has got faith and devotion to God, God is one. God is neither Christian, nor Hindu, nor Muslim. God is one. So, religion means according to, not according, this is the very conclusion. Savai pumsang paro dharma jato bhakti adhokhaji. Ahuita ki apratiyata jina atma suprasidati. One must be religious. Without being religious, he cannot be satisfied. Therefore, there is confusion, dissatisfaction all over the world because people have become irreligious. If you want to keep, in Calcutta, there was an American consulate office, I was invited. They have got a department, Indo-American Cultural Society. Perhaps you know. I was invited there to speak, East and West. So I explained that so far we are concerned, we have no such thing as East and West. But still, there is difference between East and West, that the eastern countries, especially in India, even in the remotest part of the village, the cultivator, poor cultivator, he will understand God consciousness very easily. And so far in the West, I talked with Professor Kotovsky, perhaps you know.
Yes, in Oriental Institute.
Yeah. He said, Swamiji, after this body is finished, everything is finished. You see? Such a big professor. He...
It is Marxist materialism.
Huh?
It is Marxist materialism.
But Marxist materialism, does it mean that a congregation of some fools and rascals?
As it's
Does it mean? They write that some congregation of fools and rascals. Such a big professor, he does not know. He cannot understand him that there is life after death. He has to accept another body. As we are accepting different bodies, I was a child, you are a child. Then I became a boy, that is different body. Different consciousness also. A child, 3-4 years, he talks in a different way. A boy, 10-12 years, he talks in a different way. And a young man, educated young man, he talks in a different way. So with the change of the body, the consciousness is changing. Is it not? Children, small children, they are just like animals. The cats and dogs, just they are playing. They are also playing like that. But he does not belong to that category, because when he'll get another body in which he'll be intelligent. Another body, he'll be highly educated. Another body, he'll be doctorate. The cats and dogs, they will have to wait to get that body. So with the body, we are changing our consciousness. The different body, different consciousness. Similarly, why not after death, different body, different consciousness? If we make progress, yes, this is progress. See? That is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Tatha dehantaram praspi dhirastatta namayata dehinasmin yatha dehe kaumaram jovanam jara tatha dehantara praspi dhirastatta namayata. So the people cannot understand. That means they are not dhira, not even according to Vedic, not even gentlemen. One who cannot understand this simple theory, that after this body, as I have changed so many bodies, similarly I shall change this body also. That's a fact. So, dhira sato namuyate. Dhira, one who has got brain, one who can think, he will not be puzzled. Yes, that means he has changed body. Any gentle, good brain will understand. But people are so foolish now, they cannot understand. They are not educated even to understand this simple thing. This is the position of the world. Even the big professor like Kotov. So this is the position of our present human society.
But in countries like Moscow, Soviet Union, they are hostile against it. But in most parts of the world, they are indifferent. I mean, it's
No, why Moscow? Everywhere.
Yes,
Moscow, they are rather good. That they say, we don't believe in God.
That's true.
But others, they say that I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Christian, I believe in God, but he does not know anything.
I'm afraid most of us are like that, to be honest. That's true.
I should say that Moscow are gentlemen, because they cannot understand, they say don't believe.
They have sort of this mutathira.
Yeah. But these rascals, they say, yes, I am religious, but he is doing most irreligious activities. You see? I asked the Christian so many times that your Bible says, thou shalt not kill. And why you are killing? They cannot give any satisfaction. This is my experience. It is clearly said, thou shalt not kill. And they are maintaining slaughterhouses. What is this? Huh? The other day in London, one lady, he was showing me, he were present, broke some grass blade.
Oh yeah.
Just see, breaking a grass blade is equal to keeping a big organized slaughterhouse. You see?
Yes.
This is their intelligence. Yes, come away, it is also killing. Supposing it is killing, actually it is not killing. Supposing it is killing, this killing and keeping organized slaughterhouse killing is the same thing. You see, people have become so degraded.
This is sophistry.
They give this example that you also kill vegetable, just this grass blade is broken, it is killed. So it is equal to maintaining a big slaughterhouse. This is going on under the name of, they are Christian nuns. in London. They come to me, talk something. So, and in India also, we see now cow killing is going on, regular slaughterhouse. And what can I say? Then your government man, you may take some wrong views about me. What is your opinion, personal?
I'm afraid I'm a very democratic person. If people sincerely believe that they cannot exist without meat, they should be permitted. And once that is granted, you have to organize slaughterhouses.
And that is our misfortune, that we have lost our Indian culture.
Because
Indian culture.
Your Grace, what you want is really a sort of complete...
No, I don't want.
A strong, obedient, disciplined society. But the moment the disciplinarian becomes a dictator...
It is the duty of the government to see. That is the government. Strong government means...
It's a Ramraj idea, I do not know.
Strong government means that government should be very, very vigilant, that citizens are doing their duty properly. That is first duty. They should be given all protection. At the same time, just like father gives protection to the children, at the same time very strict that they are morally and disciplinary, they are coming out nice. That is father's duty. It is government's duty. If the father thinks, let my son go to hell, I don't care. I give them some food, that's all. Is that father's duty? No. Father's duty to arrange for their food, for their dress, for their shelter, at the same time to see that they are growing nice, not rascals. That is father's duty. Similarly, the government's duty is that. We see from Vedic Shastra, government's duty is that. Otherwise, why there is need of government? Government, now it is government, but formerly it was the king.
Yes.
The king must be representative of God. Because who is God? God means Nitya Nityanam Chetana Chetananam Eka Jo Bahunam Vidadhati Kaman Katopani. So, God, what is God? God means He is also person. Nitya Nityana Chetana Chetanana. He is also eternal. He is also cognizant. We are also eternal. We are also cognizant. But what is the difference between God and we? The difference is, He maintains us. Eko jo bahunam vidadhati kama. Bahuvachan. Nityanam, Chetananam. This is bahuvachan. And nitya, chetana, ekavachan. So, what is the difference between the singular number and plural number? The singular number is maintaining the plural number. Eko jo bahunam vidadhati kama. So God is maintaining everyone. So, difference is that He is so powerful, He can maintain every living entity. He is maintaining the elephants in Africa, who eat at a time 40 kilos. He is supplying food. There is no scarcity of food in the jungle for the elephants, neither there is scarcity. In the whole of your room, you'll find hundreds and thousands of chiti. Who is feeding them within the hole? Unless they are eating, sleeping, the same thing are there. However, they are living very nicely. But who is giving them food within the hole? A small hole. You did not provide that hole. You did not provide their food. But there are hundreds and millions of ants. They are living there within the hole very happily. Sometimes they come out, you see, from so many hundreds of millions. So, eko bahunam ja vidudhati kama. That is God. He is supplying food. So, there are 8,400,000 different forms of living entities. Out of that, 400,000 are human beings. Out of that, many are uncivilized. The uncivilized aborigines live in the jungle. They have no economic problem. They are also human beings. They never come to city for food. They are maintaining themselves. The elephants are maintaining, the ants are maintaining. Why the civilized few men, they have got so many problems? Because we are not only the living entities, there are 8,400,000 different forms of living entities. They are all being maintained by the Supreme Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Sarvajoni Sukauntiya Sambhavanti Murtaya. As many forms are there. And it all depends. Angabija Pita are the father. His father maintains the sons, as you see actually. He is maintaining. So why you are so much, our father is rich, he is not poor, God is not poor. Saraishurja Purna, 6 kinds of opulence fully. So why you are talking of this overpopulation, scarcity of food? Why? Actually the father is God, he is maintaining. And actually we see how many human beings, civilized human beings are there. The other living beings are many, 100,000 times bigger quantity. If they can be maintained by God, so what we have done, that will not maintain us. He will maintain us. And maintaining. So many people, they say, India is starving. I am Indian, I never see any man starving and die. I have never seen. This is simply advertisement. What is your opinion?
There is poverty.
There
is poverty.
Poverty, there is a poverty in other countries also. There also. Now, India has got poverty. So why in America and Europe there are hippies? Why?
Dissatisfaction is another type of poverty.
They are also thinking that we are not sumptuously fed or something. Some grievance is there. Some grievance. And they are lying down, Amsterdam, here on the street. Why? But they are coming up, rich family, rich nation, especially America. London also I have seen. Regent Park, they are lying down. Police is kicking. Police is kicking. Grab. Why? Behind them the British Empire is, British government is there. Why is lying down there? Who has told him to? Government is requesting, if you have no home, come on, I shall give you home. In Bombay also, this it is called huts.
Huts?
Huh?
Tin huts?
There on the, you have seen in Bombay.
Yes.
When coming from aerodrome, so many thatched cottages, small. So Bombay government has given them home. They come here, did. But what do they do? They rent to some another man, and they live in Madras also, I think.
I know.
Okay. They don't like. They don't like. They want to that.
Yes. This is what the gypsies did, you know.
Yes.
When they were given houses in Moscow.
So, there are defined prakritis. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani. So there are defined prakritis, defined mentality. They want to live, eat, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, but everyone has got different ideas. Just like you say, majority of people, they want to eat meat. They have got different mentality, but we don't want.
In India, of course, not majority, I think. It's a minority.
No.
Most people want.
Yes, India, they are being now educated to eat meat. Otherwise, Indians, at least Hindus, they are being educated.
I belong to a vegetarian family. I eat meat now.
No, in Madras I have seen
mostly
they are vegetarian, strictly. Actually, in southern India, they maintain the Hindu culture. You'll find big high court judges, they have got tilak. Yes. Strictly Ramanuja Sampradaya or Shaiva Sampradaya, they have got strictly taking bath. In New Delhi you'll find so many Madrasi gentlemen, big high officers, they are strictly following Hindu principle. And still, if I am correct, in Madras there is not many Mohammedans. The Mohammedan culture could not enter into Madras, southern India. And you will find out in our Chaitanya Charitamrita, I am translating, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to southern India, practically whole southern India became Vaishnava by his preaching.
Oh, it's a great period of Northern India.
Yeah. And all the acharyas, they came from southern India. Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya. I think Madhvacharya belongs to your province. Malaya?
No, Shankaracharya.
Shankaracharya.
Okay. Swamiji, I have got a question. I have not really been able to locate when exactly Radha entered Hindu mythology, because the Bhagavatam doesn't mention, they mention only Rasa Krida as a, before Jayadeva or before Gauranga, Chaitanya. When did exactly the Bhakti cult take the Radha Krishna? I mean, they had generally the gopis and the
other acharyas, they elevated people up to Sakharas. It is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave us Madhurya Rasa. Therefore, about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu it is said, Anarpita charing chirat, Anarpita charing chirat, Karunaya avatirna kalo, Samarpayatam ujjala unnata Madhurya Rasa. Anarpita charing chirat, Karunaya avatirna kalo, Samarpayatam unnata ujjala rasang sabhakti sriyam. Hari purata sundaradhyati kadamma sandhipika sada hridaya kandari suratuva sachidandan. It is the gift of Sachidandan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Krishna can be served in Madhurya Rasa, in conjugal love. That is Sri Chaitanya. And amongst the gopis, Radharani was the best gopi, foremost. Anaya Radhate, this is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam.
Oh, I see.
Anaya Radhate.
Oh, that is the beginning.
Anaya Radhate. When Krishna disappeared from Raslila, last done, then gopis went out to search him out. And at that time, they saw that one gopi is most beloved by Krishna. Anaya Radhate. Therefore Radha. Bhakti cult This was never presented to the Western countries.
Mostly it is Vivekananda's.
Vivekananda did not know anything about bhakti.
No, I mean, he just entirely, it's not bhakti at all.
Neither Vivekananda nor any son. That is the, I will say, regrettable fact. They actually, even Dr. Radhakrishna, he could not present Bhagavad Gita. He is impersonalist and he presented in a different way. And now, the Professor Dr. Pirinder, he said, he came to see me,
yes,
that now we have rejected Dr. Radhakrishna. Because everyone has speculated in his own way. And therefore, we have presented Bhagavad Gita as it is. And if you have got time, we can read some of the portions, how we have presented as it is. So people are liking this, as it is. Otherwise, Bhagavad Gita is well known in the Western country, all over Europe. But because it was not presented as it is, there was not a single devotee of Krishna. You find out the whole history. Bhagavad Gita is meant for making the reader a devotee of Krishna. Is it not? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam. So who can become fully surrendered to Krishna unless he is a devotee? So it is a transaction between God and his devotee. This is a fact. Manmana bhavamad bhakta madhyaji mag namaskuru. These are the clear declaration. He is asking everyone, just become my devotee, always think of me, offer me obeisances. Manmana bhavamad bhakta madhyaji, worship me, mag namaskuru. He is deprecating the worship of demigods. Kamasthasta hitagyana. Find out this one. Kamasthasta hitagyana jajanti anna devata antavaktu phalam tisam tad bhavati alpamedhasa. Less intelligent person, they simply worship the demigods. This is the statement.
Most of us, I was a very political person, I must be very honest with you.
No, I'm talking of...
to me Gita means Gandhi's Gita, which is again a very distorted, very limited version.
Gandhi did not know anything about Bhagavad Gita.
I'm just telling you this.
But Gandhi may give his opinion, but why he should give through Bhagavad Gita?
I know, Anasakti Yoga is really...
He should not take advantage of that. That is being done. Everyone is taking advantage of the popularity of Bhagavad Gita and is expressing his own opinion. This is going on. We want to stop this nonsense. If you have got opinion, you write different book. Why you should misuse Bhagavad Gita?
The devil can quote the scripture for his purpose.
Huh?
That's what Shakespeare said. The devil can quote the scripture for his purpose.
Yes. Yes. That's the fact. Why you should try to introduce your philosophy, let's say for Gandhi, non-violence. Where is non-violence in Bhagavad Gita?
This is true. Ahimsa paramo dharma, dharma himsa tathaivacha.
So, our point is that you may express your own opinion. Everyone has got right to it, especially Mahatma Gandhi. He was actually a great personality, there is no doubt about it. But so far Bhagavad Gita is concerned, he did not know anything. But from his behavior, it was seen that at heart he was a devotee. Yeah. At heart he was a devotee. Yeah, no, because he was chanting.
Yes, so he of course shares with you this belief in chants that we noticed this. Very much.
That Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram.
Vaishnava Janata.
So that, but maybe for politics he has explained like that. What is that?
Kamaistaistair ritagyanat prapadyanti nidevata tangatang niyamamastaya prakritya niyata svaya. Those whose minds are distorted by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures.
Next verse.
Yo yo yang dhanung bhaktak shadayarchitam michjati tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadhamyaham. I am in everyone's heart as the super soul. As soon as one desires to worship the demigods, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to some particular deity.
Then next.
Sattaya shraddhaya yuktas tasyaradhavani hate labhate cha tatah kaman mayaiva vihitan hitan.
That also kaman, whatever benediction they get, that is sanctioned by Krishna. They cannot give it independent. You can keep it here. Here, our history, we find so many grihastha, householder, kings, rajarsi. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarsayo vidu. Raja, king, at the same time rishi. This was the king. It's like Maharaj Yudhishthira, Rajarsi. He's a king, but rishi. You read that portion? Yes. The government of Maharaj Yudhishthira, how they are happy, you see. Kamang bavarsa parjanna. Parjanna means cloud. Yes. Kamang bavarsa parjanna. All our necessities come from the rain. Now there is scarcity of rain. What the government can do, what the scientists can do. And if there is no rain, then all your plan is finished. All his plan is finished. Read it. And that is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Anavristya, durvikha and karopirita. One side there will be no rain and there will be scarcity of food grain and government will tax heavily. In this way people will become mad and they will give up their hearth and home and go to the forest. This is the foretelling of this. This is going to happen. Actually people are being perplexed in that way. There is scarcity of food and there is scarcity of rain and government taxes increasing every year. Read that.
Kamam vavarshapajanya sarvakama dukamahi shishichuksma vrajan gavah payaso daspatir muda. During the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthira, the clouds showered all the water that people needed, and the earth produced all the necessities of man in profusion. Due to its fatty milk bag and cheerful attitude, the cow used to moisten the grazing ground with milk.
No, happy attitude. Now the cow are going to be killed. They know it, that we are going to be killed. They are also intelligent living entities. So how they can be happy? If some human being concentrated in a camp and they know that we are going to be killed, can they be happy? So if one is not happy, if the cow is not happy, can she supply sufficient milk? No. Therefore, they were happy. Therefore milk was supplied so much that the grazing ground became wet with milk, muddy, with milk, not with water. So we have no intelligence. How to live? Our Bhagavad Gita says, Kisi Goraksha, Vaishya, means Kisi Goraksha, to protect cows. Nowadays, not to protect cows, to kill cows. You see, business. Vaishya means businessman. So Vaishya's business is Krisi Goraksha, Vanijam Vaishyakarma Sabhavajam. But no Goraksha, cutting the throat of go. This kind of sinful activities are going on, and they want to be happy. Instead of giving protection to the cows, in the Bible also it is said that the animals are given under the protection of the human. Man. The protection means to kill them. They have interpreted like that. That the animals have been given to us to kill them and eat. This is their interpretation.
So, you have taken so much, you've been so kind.
Yeah, it is very kind of you that you have given prasad.
You have prepared prasad.
Please. So, we are simply trying to revive people's dormant Krishna consciousness. So every sane man, every good government, everyone should come forward to help this movement. It is not a personal affair. We are not presenting that I am avatar, I am God. We are presenting science, philosophy. And you see, why you are taking so much trouble to write so many books? If we want to convince people to science, philosophy, logic, religious principle, by practical behavior, all these boys are being trained up not to have any illicit sex, not to eat meat, not to take any intoxication, not to tea, coffee, cigarette, and not to indulge in gambling. And they are doing that. So we are making man of character, man of religion, man of philosophy. So why people should not cooperate with us? We are not presenting any blind so-called religious faith. No, that is not our business. Our business is Chaitanya Dayar Katha Karaho Vichar. You understand little Bengali? You understand Hindi? Yes. Chaitanya Dayar Katha Karaho Vichar. Vichar korile chitte pave chamatka. If you are sane man, if you give due consideration and then give your judgment, then you will find that it is wonderful. Chaitanya dayara katha karo vichar. We don't say that you take blindly. No, vichar. After full logic and consideration you accept, not blind. But if you do that, you will see it is wonderful.